Alright, today I'm going to show you how to download a log file off of your Megasquirt and how to build a log library of tunes and logs. The way that I do it is you can go back and quickly load up a log or look through a log or load up a tune that matches up that log. Alright, so the first thing we'll be going over is downloading the log. And what we want to do is you should have already made your pass. You had your logger button on wherever you turn it on before you stage, before you do burnout, after you do your burnout, wherever. You made your run, you've made it back to the pits. What you want to do is get your Megasquirt or your laptop out, fire up Tuner Studio, and then if you're using the SD logging, you'll go data logging, browse, import SD card. And what this is going to do is going to connect you up to the Megasquirt, and all the logs that are saved on your Megasquirt will come up. Usually there's just one here because I'll click it, and then this is the download button here, download selected file, and you have delete file. I'll go ahead and click download. Jeez. Let's see. I've got a little test box here. Let's see if we'll get it now. So it'll take just a second to download. Alright, so now that that's up, you'll see, you may have some extra data here, like from your burnout, and then after you finish your run. What I like to do is go ahead and trim that down. Let's see where the pass is here. This is not a very good pass, but you can see here. Let's see what we've done. There we go. I'm on the two-step for quite a while here, and then this is a run. You can see the white is the RPM. And what I like to do is just after the run is right click and do delete after cursor after. So that's what that's going to do is you can see there's a whole bunch of driving back to the pits or whatever going on down here. And if you go right click, delete after cursor, that will cut that off. And then you can also delete before cursor. Right click, delete. And that gives you a nicer little picture of your run. So here's the two-step, wide open throttle, spun pretty good, pedaled a bunch, and then that's the end. You can see the RPM fall off here. So once you've trimmed it, you have to save it. And what I like to do is just go File, Export Loaded Log As. I usually name them Round 1, Round 2, or Run 1, Run 1, 2, whatever. It tries to name it modified. Just name it the same thing that you started with, save it, and then when you go back to it, it'll just be your pass instead of everything else that's going on. So that's pulling the log down. Now what we want to do is take a look at the file structure and see how the files are saved. And so if you open File Explorer, it's usually in Documents, Tuner Studio Projects, and then you'll have your project files here. So I've got a couple of them. We'll go into 240, and then you go data logs. And this 240 is a good example of how I like to do it. I name whatever street or track I'm at, and then I give it a date stamp. So this is 3486, a road we test on 2017, 05, 08. And then here's one 06, 07, 06, 10. Here's another, well, these are just test sessions, and then we have a street race. And then I got a bunch from Cedar Creek, a bunch from Denton, and so on. And I like to save each run inside it's whatever location is, and with a timestamp. And another thing, you'll see here I've got the log file, and then I've got the tune file for that run. So before I get ready to run, when I'm done setting up my tune, however I'm going to set it up, I like to do this. I like to go File, Save Tune As, and then I'm already in the directory. I go down into the data logs and say this is the street race for Lonnie's pot race or whatever. I'll save it as round 1. And then I make my run and I save my log as round 1. So you'll have a log and the tune file for that run. You can always go back and load that tune up, or go back and look at the log and match the tune up with it, and you'll build a library of them. So run 1, here's the log and the tune. Run 2, here's the log and the tune. And then you don't have to do this right away, but maybe the next day after you're coming back, you're at the house, you're just looking over your logs. What I like to do is, you can see here, this is run 1 underscore 132 underscore 534 underscore 132. I like to put a little bit of the highlights. You know, this is the 60 foot, so it's a 132 60 foot. The 8th mile ET is a 534, and the 8th mile per hour is 132. So you can kind of quickly see where your good runs are. Here's a 534 run. Here's a 669, obviously a spin or something went wrong. 541, a 534. Looks like it was hitting some 534. It's pretty good that night. So that gives you a way to just go back and look. You know, we can go here and look at the doomsday, or we can go here and look at the doomsday testing. We'll have all the data. We'll have the log and the tune file. And if you follow that, you can kind of see where things change, or maybe if you need to roll back to a different log, or a different tune or whatever. It's all there. Anyhow, like and subscribe. Let me know if this is interesting, if I need to cover some more stuff. Thanks.